Hello everyone, this is Blaze of Firewolf. This is Roundup part 114. First time detecting here since 2019. That's the title of the video. On June 3rd, I actually had to, my stepdad, mom, and the dogs and I, we had to leave the house because our house was being fumigated. So what we did was we spent two nights at a motel, M-O-T-E-L, in Mission Bay Inn, in the Mission Bay Inn. Only spent a couple nights there. And what I did is I spent this was only one hunt, but might as well include it because this is the first time I've been to this area since about 2019, so it's in fresh new grounds. And so I went to metal detect Mission Bay Beach Park, right just close on to the near Fiesta Island area. The first time I've been here with a Garrett machine. The first time I went was around the summer of 2019 when I used to use the Prospector X Garrett Bounty Hunter metal detector, and the other detector that I didn't really use too much. Now the first time I went there, I found a pound coin, an English 1 pound coin from 1983, found copper wire, couple bits of small slivers of coins, and then full coins. It wasn't that productive then, but it certainly is much more productive now. So I stuck with metal detecting just the sand. And believe it or not, while I've been digging up quite a bit of trash, but did not dig up one bottle top. Not a single bottle top. It could be the mineralization of the sand, that's why I'm not digging it, or it could be simply because they clean up the beach. I have no idea. This is probably one of the biggest areas you can ever detect. And from looking at it, I think I could even metal detect the grass. Though, considering it's my first time coming here since 2019, I only went to detect one day. So I spent 6 hours plus metal detecting. This is all from the sand. After cleaning, this is also after cleaning it because believe it or not, there's one side of a beach where I've been pulling up coin after coin and a lot of other stuff. And on the other side, I keep getting irrigation interference. I mean, I dug up stuff, but just so much interference. So I think on that side, I'm going to have to keep my sensitivity down. I kept it on frequency number 2. And yeah, it's crazy. I've been pulling trash. I've been pulling up a couple pieces of lead. Found a few fishing lures and a fishing weight. No fishing hooks. A lot of trash, but more like little bits of trash and few pull tabs. I still dig pull tabs, and I think I dug a couple ring poles, but just to go through all this is all sand. There's no grass here. I went to a little bit of a playground, found my first ever matchbox with the Garrett Ace 400. As you could tell, there's a little bit of rust on the axles, but it still rolls nice. It's a Matchbox 2001. Poor kid lost this, and so before I actually went to the water's edge, on the beach itself, I actually went to the playground where it's all sand. So this playground area where there's swings and a couple pulleys and stuff, there's a slide and here and there. These are all from on the water's edge or close to the water's edge and that playground. $2.37. Copper wire. I actually found that on the water's edge at the beach. Same with this piece of scrap couple of copper wire, a toy car I mentioned. And these are all from, well, these mostly are from the sand, like the water's edge sand. And you could tell why they're all pretty bad shape. I mean, that's what the sand does to these coins. It pretty much corrodes them. But it does eat up maybe some inner things. I think this is the one that almost looks like it's getting eaten up from the inside out, but it's still solid. It's not bending. It's still here. So, but yeah. So 4 quarters, 9 dimes, and 9 nickels, and 2 copper pennies. And these are actual copper pennies. They're not zinc pennies. I didn't keep a single zinc penny on this table. Why they're like this? That's what the beach does to these coins. It makes them all... It keeps its shape, sure, but it makes it all gross and rotted looking. It keeps the coin shape, but without Barkeeper's Friend, you can't even tell what it is. So I'm out of that. Next, I found this at the playground. I wasn't sure if it was just all junk. Well, the stone is not real. I tested the diamond. It's not real. It might be just glass. But before I threw this away, I had to make sure. I had to know if this stem is something. And while I use the loop, I don't think this camera is going to focus very well. On that stem, I was able to use my loop, and I read 925. So it is a silver earring with a fake stone. The stone looks good, but it's not real. The stone's not real, but it is a silver. Well, that's my first silver at this beach. I might come back to Mission Bay Beach Park. It's a humongous area. Tons of grass, which I'm pretty sure I am allowed to do it, to detect it. And, yeah. This was 2 inches down. I was so certain it was just going to be clad. Because when I first pulled it out, it was all red, kind of like that. It was like the condition of these coins, kind of, except a little brighter red. But then I looked at the front, and I looked at it closely, and I'm like, holy cow, it's a mercury dime. Yes. But I did something that you should never do after finding one of these. I used a metal brush while cleaning it, and as you could tell, it's in pretty bad shape after cleaning. It got all the black stuff off, but it scratched up the coin really bad. It's a 1943 S. The S is a little more lit. The back is much more more defined, if the camera's going to focus. The S Mint stamp is right there. It's a little hard to make out, but yeah, you could probably kind of see it there. It's a 1943 mercury dime on the water's edge, right close to the water. 2 inches down. Only 2 inches, believe it or not. So anybody could have dropped it. Excuse the dog outside. But yeah, this mercury dime is... It's not worth anything. It's pretty scratched up. My advice to you, don't use a metal brush while metal detecting. Well, don't use a silver metal brush on silver items. It's going to scratch it up. I used everything in the sun to clean this up too. I used a regular regular brush. I used baking soda, Barkeeper's Friend, toothpaste, and this black stuff is like glue. It's really hard to get out. So I think I'm going to have to use CLR. Not much, not a whole lot of it, but just like a small dab of it a little bit. But the date is very hard to read. You might be able to make out the 4, but it is a 1943 S mercury dime. making it the first ever mercury dime I ever found with the Garrett Ace 400. So, very pleased with that. It's not going in my coin book, but I'm still keeping it. So, it's very unusual. A silver earring and a silver coin on one day. Quite a rarity. I don't usually get that. Unless you looked at last year where I metal detected La Jolla Cove without a pinpointer, and I found a silver ring and I found 2 silver coins that day. It's crazy. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this roundup video. Please be sure to give this a like. It helps. Please be sure to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified when I'll post a new video. Because I post whenever I can. This is Blaze of Firewolf, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Goodbye now.